Thanks for staying with us. So we continue with our periodic review of the awaited 2023 general elections. Many political observers are saying the country must get it right come 2023. Failure to do so will spell doom for us. Now, how can we fix leadership deficiency that has become a bane of problems? Joining us now on the show is the Chairman Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, CACOL, Mr. Debo Adeniran. Welcome to the show.
It's my pleasure.
You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also send us messages on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be happy to read your messages. So, Mr. Adeniran.
That's right.
2023 elections are around the corner. People are already thinking about, there are different layers. There's the zoning issue, whose turn is it? There is who are we looking for regardless of the zones? There is how are we prepared as the electorate to actually participate? You know, there are different layers of issues. So how do we even start this conversation on getting Nigerians prepared for 2023 elections?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, we have to look at what are the questions that the opposition and the critics are raising about the present, setup or setting. First, they talk about somebody having a military background. Using the military tactics and strategies to govern civilian populace. We have to also be realistic about it. One way or the other, that has impacted negatively on the democratic ethos that ought to be a sine qua non. When you look at, people are talking about intellectual, makeup of those who are really ruling us. We cannot, of course, we have argued that you went to university doesn't mean that you are intellectually sound. And that if somebody was not trained by the state, it cannot be limited by qualification for contesting an election in this country. That the people should determine, what they want. But then, if you are lucky to be intellectual, to have been educated one way or the other, then you are luckier than the one who didn't have the opportunity of going to school. And because the education you receive will do a lot in preparing you for the challenges ahead, in understanding the dynamics of the polity, governance, and even comparative. You'll be able to do comparative analysis between what is right, what is wrong, what has been, what is, and what can be. So that's intellectual aspect of it will help in determining how successful or otherwise you can be. Then, if you are also intellectually sound, you won't be afraid that somebody might have some information that you don't have, because you will have had the capacity to read and understand, the dynamics of the politics, and then you will be able to make your own speech, even if it's extempore.
Well,
you'll be able to analyze situations, and you'll be sufficiently versatile to see anything
and speak to
in economics, in military.
Before I come to the ladies, sir, let me stay on your intellectual soundness for a second, because there are two parts of it. There's intellectual soundness of the candidate or the person.
That's right.
I'm referring to the intellectually soundness of the people, the electorate. Are we intellectually sound to pick and be objective in who we are selecting, who we are campaigning for, that regardless of ethnicity, religion, and all that? Do we have that background to do that?
Thank you very much. You see, before recent times, Nigerians are intellectually sound enough to understand, the need for merit rather than what do you call it now? Primordial considerations. Okay? They knew that there are certain people, it doesn't matter even if they come from the same premises, the same company, the same locality. As long as they can deliver the goods, Nigerians are sound enough to recognize good service when it is delivered. It is when this there's the value for expectation. I don't want to say value for money now. is not being met by our leaders, when they see parochialism in the way they govern, when they see nepotism, it's the reason why they begin to complain that, oh, we want somebody from our own backyard. But then that does not translate, it doesn't automatically translate to development, that is infrastructural development in the area, because we have had people from the southwest before, the southwestern part didn't develop. We have had somebody from south-south, the southern part of the country didn't develop. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of inadequacies in all of those. When you look at all the good things of life that people actually want to get out of politics.
How do you think we can solve our problem of leadership deficiency? What are some of the things we can do as electorates to ensure that we do not keep making the same problem at every election?
Now, of course, we can do the same thing the same way all around, and we expect different results. One of those things that you can do is what you are doing here. If every media house, is doing this kind of public enlightenment program, your content will allow people to express their mind, and you will do your own research, background check on what actually are the needs of the people. Then the people will key into, they will buy into the government that we come in. So the way to recruit leaders or leadership in this country is to first and foremost educate people that they should forget the personal affinity, relationship, nepotism, and the rest of them. They should look for the best candidate for any job that they want to give to them. Then once the people know their own duty as electorate, they will ask critical questions when those who are scouting for votes gets to them. They should ask questions about education, about healthcare delivery, about food production, about business economy, about general need of the people that will make them live like human beings. They should ask them critical questions about corruption. How are they going to tackle issue of corruption? Because it doesn't matter what happens. People will still want to amass more resources than they ordinarily deserve.
Based on our experience in 2015,
do
you think these questions that we need to ask is the way to go, considering that we run a structural politics where everybody needs a party, platform? Nigerians voted what I call a protest vote. We did not like status quo. We wanted to change it at all costs. But working it out was another issue, because the platform needs structure. The people in the structure are the way it is. Let me not use the So even though we all have this knowledge, we know the questions to ask. We ask them. We went there with the mindset that this is what I want to see. This is how I will vote. Afterwards, everybody just... You see,
the elites think that they have that super mandate to think on behalf of the generality of the people.
Wow.
Okay? And that is the reason why the question you ask as journalists, you think that is the question you ask on behalf of the people. No. Because, look, you are the same people, okay? Those people that are destroying our economy came out of the elite. And that's what led to Boko Haram in some part of the country, because they know that it is only those who went to school that were able to corner what should belong to everybody. You get it? Except when you have somebody with a sound background who had been coming all the way without any blemish, who had made a name in a particular profession and made enough resources for himself even before he contests the election, and you know that they will not want to destroy it overnight. You don't now pick somebody who had always been a politician all his life. Everything that he has got it through politics. He didn't have good education. He didn't have good skill. He just came to politics with a view to amass wealth
and can play the game.
As a matter of fact, the people see those people who are in politics to make money, and they can identify them. But because of what you people in the media project to them, Those who have access to social media, they deceive people into voting those that don't deserve their votes.
Wow.
They paint a glowing tribute to thieves, common thieves who had pillaged the resources of this country over the time.
Okay, let me go.
Yes.
Let me go on a break, because when I think about it, you said somebody that has gone without blemish.
Yes.
I don't know if we can find that.
No,
person.
In his own
I'm not
industry,
saying
built an industry.
Yeah,
You see, blemish, there are blemish. There are blemishes.
There are
and
categories to this
but there are
blemish. There are categories to the
categories of it.
blemish.
But then there are certain people that are not so notorious, with their blemishes.
Yeah.
Okay? So if blemishes doesn't overshadow your goodness, then you are better than
When the
people
blemish has
whose-
respect.
whose blemish is the
Hey,
signature
When your
of
blemish,
his own
when your blemish went to Harvard.
Sorry, yes.
Let's go on a break. We come back to continue this conversation with Mariam. Stay with us, brother.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still speaking with the Chairman Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, Mr. Debo Adeniran. Yes, Mariam had a question before the break.
Yes, so, having spoken about leaders without blemishes, let's say we find that sort of person and you have chosen that person to represent you. People will tell you that when they get to the polls, their votes don't count. Their votes don't matter. We have a system that really people have no trust for.
Selected, yes.
So the thinking behind it is why should I bother when the person I want, and when I vote, my vote will not count for the person anyway?
It is really not true. It is a myth that votes don't count. If votes don't count, politicians will not come to you to canvass. They won't transverse the country, to campaign, to set their program and agenda to the same people. And they won't even pretend, they won't ask you to go to polling booths to cast your ballots. Okay? So don't buy into that. It is those who want to rig election that are selling that. What you do, as a matter of fact, nobody can rig an election where it's not popular. Okay, so if the people are behind you, it was Professor Yedibode, I'm repeating it now. I once said it at a forum, that if a people is united, they can never be defeated. Okay, it was because people united against Babangida that they had to step aside. People united against Shonekong. And when they got to court, Justice Akinsanya declared his interim national government illegal. People united against Abacha. It didn't find it easy running our affairs.
People united at
but what I'm
NSAS.
telling you,
During NSAS, we were united.
you were united,
Yes.
but that is momentary. That is not unity.
Okay.
That is kind of a flash in the pan, you can say. The people just were ecstatic about what was going on there.
Yeah.
Some went there to eat, some went there to listen to music, some went there to dance, and all of those things. Some went there to display their skills. So it was like a carnival of a sort. And that was why it fizzled out as soon as somebody came and said, you should go to your places. So that is not the kind of unity we are talking about. Unity of purpose, unity of mind, unity of vision. So when people determine that, look, we want a ruler that has a track record of success, of humanity, of humanism, that is the kind of person we are going to vote for. Now, the politicians themselves are not supposed to sit down and allow opposition, or their, rivals, to take over the space.
Sir,
Yes.
the people who have track record, who
Yes.
have,
Good track record,
succeeded in industries, different
Yes.
industries,
Yes, exactly.
are really not interested in politics and leadership. How do we make those people? Because there are people I see and I admire. They have built from ground up.
Exactly.
They have they have leadership qualities, and you know that the way they have taken their business from one level to the other, if they come to the helm of affairs of our country, we will see a positive change.
Yes,
but those people are not interested. How do we get them interested to save Nigeria?
It is the people that actually frittered away their interest. If they know that you are likely to vote for them, but if they are not sure that you are going to stand by them to ensure that those ballots truly count, you know, they will lose interest.
Yeah.
Then it is the people who are going to refuse to rig election for those who don't deserve the to be elected. Yeah. Now, if the people know what they want and they are going for it, then they should be ready not to spare anything to defend the person that they want. Now, people of good mind, of good intention, of good pedigree, you know, we come to contest election. The reason why it was rough was because we allow touts, we allow brigands, we allow them to take over. No, it is because you became too scared, then complacent, and you kept on, you know, scaring yourself away. You know, you become a caregiver. So when you say, no, they have to number you, you stay back. They have to number you, you stay back. Then who will be in the forefront? Now, if we agree that these people that call themselves thugs, they don't have metals at their arms, and they don't have two heads, then we should be able to confront them. We outnumber. Honest people actually outnumber dishonest people in this country. It is because of inactivity of honest ones that the dishonest ones are holding sway. So we should not allow them. And your education should point at that look, those who are honest, you know, should not stay back, because bad people run government where good people they become laid by. Right. That is not good for us. So we want a change. We should be prepared to put everything on the line to effect that change of system.
Right, yes. You have put this on the people now. But the system we run, like I said again, is a system that is heartbreaking. For parties, for instance, when we studied the history of how political parties were formed, party members paid dues, funded the activities of parties. Yes. But now, we see party leaders are no longer party members. They are the seat holders, the governors in a state, for instance. So you control resources. In the president is the party leader in the state. How does this system change?
Let me do this analogy. You are the owner of your matchstick and matchbox, okay? You strike a match, it glows, and you throw it at something that can burn, okay? By the time it becomes a conflagration, you won't be able to douse it alone.
You need help.
Okay? You need help. Now, the truth is this. It doesn't matter that you establish a party. As long as you register it under the Nigerian Constitution, it becomes a public property. Now, if nobody allows him or herself to be scared away, then you come face to face with somebody who wants to overwhelm your humanity. Then you tell that person that, look, here I am. I have almost everything that you have and more. Intellectually, politically, professionally, and everything. So eyeballs to eyeball, I will say, who are you, Ray? Now, if you have that confidence to say, who are you to stop me from mobilizing my people towards changing or exchanging the bad system? And this situation, no, nobody is a no voice. Party. It's because you are not joining me. It is because you are not joining me on this table that it sounds as if I'm lone voice. If all of us now, supposing we want to do a poll here, you join me, she joins me. We overwhelm anybody that is skeptical about the future of our country.
Let me ask
unity of purpose.
Let me ask you this, because in a multicultural and highly polarized society as Nigeria, there are trust issues.
Yes.
So we can't trust you with your own leader from your own side. I don't trust, because I believe that when you come in, you're going to only benefit people from your own end. So we have trust issues. So it's difficult to have a consensus leader when there are trust issues amongst our tribes. So everybody's talking about decentralized. They're saying restructuring. Let us have let everybody
Regions.
hold their regions. Because there's that trust issue. I don't trust you. So how do we pick a leader when we are highly polarized?
You see, it is the same politicians and the media that actually polarized us. We were not like this before. And somehow, when these elites, they pump money to the media projects them with their view, narrow and parochial, selfish issues, and people bought it, hook, line, sinker, maybe the fisherman. That is what is propagating it. But we can reverse all of this. Okay? If we believe that we don't have to be that parochial, if we believe that we don't have to be primordial anymore, if we believe that we need each other to run a successful polity, then all of us will join hands, forgetting about religion, forget it happened. In 1993 was, a case study. Osun State is also a case study where you have Muslims succeeding Muslim and succeeding Muslim. So what have we lost? Kwara State is another example. You have all of them. So if you people in the media, and we force it on elite to reverse themselves from bringing up all of these sentiments, then we are going to have somebody who is confident enough, who is acceptable to all and sundry. Just like M.K. Abiola was acceptable to a cross-section of the people, and he won. So, against Bashir, okay? So when you look at Bashir and Abiola, you know that people naturally chose the best in that they thought they will get them out of poverty. So, a people united will not be defeated if you people didn't misrepresent them in the media.
How important is it for us to get 2023 right? What does that mean for our economy, our democracy, and just as an entity, the entity of Nigeria?
Thank you very much. This is the critical moment.
Yes.
We have gotten it right sometimes before. We have kind of polluted the innocent atmosphere that we were running our polity before. Now, we need to look backwards. What was it that was wrong? When it was right, why was it right? Okay? Now, the population was not as much as we have it in those days when things were said to be right. Now, the population has grown tremendously. Now, we have to restructure our polity to suit the new population and the new orientation. There wasn't social media in those days. It was difficult for somebody to kind of incite the public against the government. Then it was also difficult for government to kind of control the mindset of the public by their publicists. Okay, so these days, you hire people to go on all the social media to tune the mind, to wrongly tune the mind of the people to accept them. So what we should do now is for you in the media to work with other media houses that, look, enough is enough. We should not allow politicians that do not mean well for the people to run our affairs anymore. We should truly, if there is a debate, the debate should not be a kind of guided debate. Nobody should see the question in advance. As a matter of fact, the question should come directly from the people if it is popular. Organically, you should. I did a kind of small survey on my Facebook page, between Saturday and this morning. Some people criticize this, some people, but when you see the way people voted, you know that it was unbiased, it was balanced. Now, this is the job for the media, for civil society organizations like ours. We at CACOL, we are also doing public enlightenment program on what to look out for, what question to ask.
We have to run because, the truth is, the last elections we saw Mogalu.
Yes.
Mogalu come out. We saw Fela
Fela
Durotoye come out.
Durotoye.
We saw a lot of people who were trying to take the bull by the horn and say, listen, give me a chance, I'll do it. But unfortunately, the people didn't support.
They were also not united.
So I guess it's that preparation. That's why it's important that we're all on the same page as we work towards it. I mean, your final words on this, just to reiterate to Mariam's question. If we don't get 2023 right, what happens?
We need to get it right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Nigeria may go under. We need to get somebody who understands the system. We need to actually go all out to choose that person that has that good track record. I'm not talking about saints. They are not, I mean, saints are not here anymore.
right.
Because even if they didn't commit any crime, some people will have
Bring
committed
the crime.
some crime on their behalf. But then what we can do is to look at, we have to psychoanalyze all of them. We have to examine where they are coming from. And we zero in on the best candidate. The best candidate is there. People, I mean, have spoken about those, even in the present government, as bad as a lot of people have criticized this, they have spoken about a few of them that have stood out and they have performed well when they have the opportunity. Sometimes when the president traveled, a number of things took place and people commended those who
We have to run up.
stood, I mean,
the gap,
you confuse me.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I do apologize.
Those who stood around for him, they commended the few steps they have taken because they are not impervious to suggestions. And they also study the tempo and the temperature of the society, and they are able to do that. If they were able to do that then they should be able to do it again. We should look into such directions and get our candidates.
Thank you very much. We've been speaking to the Chairman Center for Anti-Corruption and Local Leadership, CACOL, Mr. Debo Adeniran. Thank you very much for being on the show today. That's all we can take on the show. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.